Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Rizka Indah Syafawati. You can call me Indah. I am 18 years old. I am from Sumeneb. My hobby is reading and traveling. Okay, today I would like to explain about one chemical environment. Earth is one. The water found on earth is the same water since the time of the prophet Adam, which has been passed down until now. Where this indicates that water does not go anywhere and remains on earth. So that we as humans who live in this day and age must maintain the water heritage. Next, the more here from generation to generation, the water quality is decreasing. So that wastewater treatment becomes a mandatory thing to do. Next. Then in this video, I will also explain about aeration. Aeration is pumping air into the water which aims to speed up the process of falling water so that it reach with organisms that decompose with microbes and inorganic to form oxide. Next. Microbes are used in aeration pond because they are cheaper and cheaper. But if the water content has a large concentration of waste, chemical are needed because the microbes cannot survive if the waste is too concentrated and heavy. Usually inorganic substances are used to be described because microbes like inorganic compounds. Next, clarifier. Then also explain about the clarifier. The clarifier is conical insect. At the top, it tracks slowly so that at the bottom it can form a precipitate. The sediment that still will be given a disinfectant. Then the dry sediment can be composed. Next, industrial wastewater treatment plants. One average, what is meant by waste is polluted water which is not allowed to be directly discarded into the environment but must be treated first. Next. The picture is of wastewater treatment. Next. There are several stages in the treatment of wastewater. One, inlet. Inlet, water enters the treatment process. The treatment is not mixed because the character or waste composition is different, namely domestic and industrial wastewater. Two, filtering. Filter waste so that there are no problems in the piping. 3. Equalization ponds. Accommodates excessive amounts of waste, sometimes combined with a uniform pool. 4. Cooling. Just let it cool down. 5. Biological aeration ponds. Usually added by microbes or decomposers putting air or oxygen into the water so that it can be easily decomposed. Ion and oxygen will form oxide. The microbes that decompose are aerobic microbes. or require oxygen. There is a supply of nutrients at depth in the aeration pond to increase the microbes. Next, C. Clarifier. Clarifier to purify water separated between sediment and water. 7. Precipitation will be deposited between the sediment and the water. 8. Sand filter. Replacement of poor ions, then that to sand in the sand filter there is an absorption in even. Next, lagoon or control. It is a large pond with tilapia in it. This pond is an indicator that if the tilapia is still good and not deep, then the water can be returned to the environment. 10. Water matter. Analysis of water, whether it is feasible to be disposed of or not.
Berikut adalah penjelasan diagram alur instalasi pengolahan air limbah pada pabrik kelapa sawit atau IPAL yang terdiri dari proses biofiltrasi dan ultrafiltrasi. Di mana biofiltrasi adalah proses filtrasi yang menggunakan jasa mikroorganisme untuk menguraikan bakteri yang ada di dalam limbah. Sehingga kadar BOD dan COD bisa turun dengan cara memasukkan perangkap mikroorganisme atau rumah inang berupa celah-celah yang menyerupai sarang tawon. Sehingga terbentuk lapisan biofilm yang merupakan wujud aktivitas mikroorganisme dalam menguraikan bahan organik pada limbah. Keunggulan dari proses biofiltrasi ini, lumpur yang dihasilkan dari aktivitas mikroorganisme relatif lebih sedikit dan meninggalkan fluida yang nanti akan dialirkan pada proses selanjutnya. Proses ultrafiltrasi adalah proses pemisahan menggunakan membran yang bersifat selektif dan dibantu dengan tekanan untuk menghilangkan TSS sebagai hasil dari proses biofiltrasi. Sehingga bakteri, virus, suspended solid yang berukuran 0,01 mikron bisa tersaring dari proses ini. Fluida atau permeat yang telah bersih akan dialirkan ke dalam tangki karbon untuk menghilangkan bau, warna, dan rasa yang mungkin masih tertinggal. Sedangkan retentat akan dikembalikan ke kolam aerasi sebagai umpan balik ke kolom biofiltrasi. Tangki karbon merupakan proses filtrasi akhir, di mana air limbah yang awalnya berwarna keruh, kotor, coklat, BOD, COD, TSS tinggi, dan logam-logam lain telah dinetralkan. Sehingga produk akhir dari proses ini telah memenuhi syarat parameter air bersih dan dapat dialirkan ke kolam parameter ataupun dikembalikan ke kolam air baku sebagai air umpan boiler atau BFW, Boiler Feed Water. Kolam parameter. Kolam ini dibuat sebagai parameter keberhasilan pengolahan air limbah, di mana di dalam kolam ini dimasukkan biota air seperti ikan hias yang sangat rentan terhadap cemaran air. Bila ikan itu hidup, maka dipastikan air itu bersih dan sehat serta aman untuk lingkungan.